Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my top 40 of 1976. These videos are a journey through my huge collection of lovely playlists on Spotify, and I've already done the top 40s of 1970 to 1975, so it's time for 1976. And you can hear this playlist on Spotify. There's a link in the description. There's also a link to the radio show, but the radio show is only a top 20. In yesterday's show, I said 1975 got corrupted and became a top 20. That's wrong. That's a top 40. But 1976 is only a top 20. I'm talking about the radio show, not the playlist. The playlists are top 40s. Anyway, with that out the way, here we go. My top 40 of 1976. The only caveat is all these songs had to enter the UK top 40 in 1976. Number 40, James Brown, Get Up Off of That Thing. Spent a week at 22 in October of 76. Number 39, War, Low Ride. Spent a week at 12 in February. Number 38, Wild Cherry, Play That Funky Music. Spent 2 weeks at 7, straddling November and December of 76. 37, Manfred Mann's Earthbound, Blinded by the Lights. Spent a week at 6, straddling September and October. I do apologise. Number 36, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Shake, Shake, Shake. I can't help but think of Homer Simpson when I hear this song. Spent a week at 22 in August of 76. Number 35, Paul Simon, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. But you don't need all 50, but there are 50 apparently. Spent a week at 23 in February of 1976. 34, Tavares, Don't Take Away. I love that song. The music. Spent a week at 4, I apologise again, in November. Number 33, Johnny Wakelin, In Zaire. Spent a week at 4 in August. Number 32, Stevie Wonder, I Wish. From the great album, oh my goodness, I've forgotten the name. Oh man, I shouldn't have said from the album. It's ironic because you're looking at it on the screen right now and you can see exactly what album it is, but I'm not looking at that screen. I'm reading the book that I wrote with all the information on the chart details. Songs in the Key of Life, there you go. It's Songs in the Key of Life. Great double album. Spent a week at 5 in January of 77. 31, The Rolling Stones, Fool to Cry. Spent a week at 6 in June. Into the top 30. Number 30, Elton John, Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word. Spent a week at 11 in December of 76. 29, Lou Rawls, You'll Never Find. Again, I think of The Simpsons. Another Love Like Mine. Spent a week at 10 in September. Number 28, Wings, Let 'Em In. Spent 3 weeks at 2, straddling August and September of 76. 27, The OJs, I Love Music. Spent a week at 13 in March. And at 26, C.W. McCall, Convoy. Spent a week at 2 in March of 76. I'm going to take a little break here to tell you that 1975 and 1976, for me, they weren't amazing years in the UK charts, but I had to do a top 40, so that's what it is. And there's Guilty Pleasures, 15 of those at the end of the top 40 on Spotify, and it should be showing on the screen right now, so you can see from that there's a lot of sort of country music. Country music was really quite big in 1976 by the looks of it. Number 25, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, December 1963, Oh What a Night. Did you know that was originally supposed to be December 1929 or something like that? I think it was something to do with the crash, even though that wasn't December. I think it was October. But I think it was originally a different year, and they changed it because it sounded better. Well, there you go. Spent 2 weeks at 1 in February and March of 76. 24, Starland Vocal Band, Afternoon Delight. Who doesn't think of Anchorman when they hear that song? Spent a week at 18 in September of 76. 23, Dolly Parton, Jolene. Spent a week at 7 in June of 76. And at 22, the Isley Brothers, Harvest for the World. I prefer the Christians version. Spent a week at 10 in August of 76. 21, ELO, Evil Woman. Beedle-diddle-diddle-doo. Spent a week at 10 in February of 1976. Into the top 20, right? Tina Charles, I Love to Love. 3 weeks at number 1 in March. 19, Thin Lizzy, The Boys Are Back in Town. Spent a week at 8 in July of 76, number 18. Queen, Somebody to Love. Spent a week at 2 in December of 76. See, the top 20 is so good compared to what had gone previously. 17, Bee Gees, You Should Be Dancing. Spent a week at 5 in September of 76. And at 16, Donna Summer, Love to Love You Baby. Spent a week at 4 in February of 76. What a tune. 15, Leo Sayer, You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. Spent a week at 2 in November of 76. And at number 14, ABBA, Money, money, money. They like repeating words in their songs, don't they? 4 weeks at 3 in December of 76 and January of 77. Number 13, Elton John and Kiki D, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, which spent 6 weeks at number 1, straddling July and August of 76. And at number 12, Joan Almond Trading, Love and Affection, spent a week at 10 in November of 76. Number 11, Chicago. Oh, I love this song so much. If You Leave Me Now. I spent 3 weeks at number 1 in November of 76. Now into the top 10. Well, that was a good one, wasn't it? ELO and Living Thin. Living Thin. Not Living Thin. Living Thing. Because it's got the apostrophe there. Oh my goodness me. Living Thing, a lovely song. A week at 4 in December of 76. Number 9. Where's number 9? Yeah, Fox. I'd never heard this until I did this chart. Single Bed. Australian band, apparently. I think this was the end of their successful period. I don't know how much success they had in the UK, but this was a hit. Spent a week at 4 in May of 76. A great song. At 8, Candy Staten, Young Hearts Run Free. I love Candy. Spent a week at 1, I Want Candy. A week at 2 in July of 76. And at number 7, 10cc, The Things We Do for Love. Spent 2 weeks at 6 in January of 77, but it did enter the top 40 in 76, so worry ye not. Number 6, Diana Ross, Love Hangover. Spent a week at 10, straddling May and June of 76. And into the top 5, Queen, You're My Best Friend. Spent a week at 7 in July. At 4, ABBA, Dancing Queen. Spent 6 weeks at number 1, straddling September and October of 76. Number 3, Cliff Richard, Devil Woman. Spent a week at number 9 in June. All right, okay, that's cool. You're probably thinking, what? And when you say the name Cliff Richard, you immediately have an idea in your head. Cliff Richard, what? But that song is astonishingly good. In fact, Cliff did have some incredible songs. You know, he may not have been the coolest guy in the world for youngsters, but that song and several other songs that he released were absolute mint, and that's one of my favorites. It's such a great song. And number 2, David Bowie, TVC 15, spent a week at 33 in June of 76. And at number 1, Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together, spent a week at 4 in July. Go on, Brian, good on you. And that's my top 40 of 1976. How about we now look at the extras? Caveat for extras is that they didn't enter the UK top 40, so either they entered lower than 40, or they didn't enter the charts at all, or they entered the charts in other territories but not the UK, or they're just album tracks. So here we go. Parliament, P-Funk, Wants to Get Funked Up. If you know the song, then you know, wow, it's amazing, isn't it? By the way, I know that I'm promoting my playlists here. I hope that you will go and listen to them, but seriously, you really should. There's a link to this playlist in the description, by the way. Max Romeo and the Upsetters, I Chase the Devil. That's the one that was sampled in Out of Space by Prodigy. Georgie Benjor, Chica da Silva, love that song. Lee Scratch Perry in Full Experience, At Midnight. Now this, when I discovered this, I was like, what? It's so good. I mean, all of these, I love all of these, but that is such a cool song. Chico Buarque and Milton Nascimento, O Que Será, Será, A Flor de Terra. Dillinger, Cocaine in My Brain. Now, this is not the version that appeared on the album that came out in 76. It's a slightly different version, a remixed version, and it's much better. His voice is so much better. It's more urgent. It's more, it's just addictive. Cartola, Preciso Me Encontrar. King Tubby, Augustus Pablo, King Tubby Meets Rockers Uptown. Chico Buarque again, Meu Caro Amigo. Prince Jazzbone, The Upsetters, Natty Pass Through Rome. Brian Ferry, Casanova, from his solo album. That's when Brian Ferry looked like a proper spiv. Jorge Benjor, Ponta de Lança Africano. David Bowie, Wild as the Wind, From Station to Station. Stevie Wonder, Joy Inside My Tears, from the incredible album that I couldn't remember earlier, but I did eventually remember. It was Songs in the Key of Life. Again, I'm not looking at the screen that you're looking at, so I'm looking at my phone. Next, Laide Costa, Catavento. Next, Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah Band, Sun Shower. That's such a good song. Parliament, Do That Stuff. Brian Ferry, again, 2HB. That's a cover of a Roxy Music song from, I think, the first album. Yes, it is. Stevie Wonder, Knocks Me Off My Feet, again, from Songs in the Key of Life. Great album. Alton Ellis, Son of Man. Tim Maya, or Chim Maya. Imunização Racional, or Racional. Que Beleza. Augustus Pablo, Each One Dub. Fantastic. Parliament, Mothership Connection, Star Child. Yeah, 76 extras. Beats 1976 Top 40 quite easily. Asha Putli and Space Talk, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Roland Alfonso and the Terrorists, Sax Scandal. Eles Regina como Nossos Pais. Prince Jasper and the Upsetters, Croaking Lizard. Gal Costa, Vatapa. The Upsetters, Curly Dub, and Stevie Wonder again from Songs in the Key Life with All Day Sucker. David Bowie, Station to Station. Al Green, Full of Fire. Jaco Pastorius, O Con Cola y Trompa. You know Jaco, right, from Weather Report? Well, this was when he'd gone solo, and yeah, everyone knows. If you know bass, you know Jaco. Ebo Taylor and the Pelicans, Come Along. Pure Essence, Third Rock. Myrna? Haig? What About Me? What about your name, Myrna? Alan Chew, The Fence, A. The Upsetters, Zion's Blood, Cartola, As Cosas, Now Falam. Prince Jasbo and the Upsetters again. Natty passed through Rockstone Dub. Oh. Because I played Natty Passed Through Rome originally on this playlist. The Little Shadows, Time for Peace. Max Romeo and the Upsetters, War in a Babylon. The accent. Jack of Astorius, Portrait of Tracy. Ersen ve Dadaşlar. I hope that pronunciation was correct. This is Turkish. I don't know how to pronounce Turkish. Güneşi Don Sisacim. I'm sorry. Harry Moody, Roman Dub. João Bosco. Ojondo da Quica. Dr. Funkenstein by Parliament. That's easy to pronounce. Ednardo Franciscana. Jacko again. Continuum. Prince Jaspo and the Upsetters, Life is Gonna Easy. Well, that's awful grammar, but you know. Dominguinhos, Minha Ilusão. The Upsetters, Super Ape. Funkadelic on Disco Kid, Jacko again with 6-4 Jam. Sergio Sampaio, Ache Outro Dia. Bob Marley and the Wailers, What More? Stevie Moore, Goodbye Piano. I love discovering all these things because I didn't know most of these a year ago. Tom Zay, Ma. Bud Hunga and his Diplomatic Music. That's a great name for a band. Traveling on Rhythms. João Bosco, Gol Anulado, The Funkies, 303, Edge Lobo, Negro Negro. Alan Chew, Surveillance, Edge Lobo, Cinco Crianças. Funkadelic, Let's Take It to the People. Jaco Pastorius, Used to Be a Cha-Cha. Rana Alagoth and Selçuk Alagoth, Gel Yanimachel. Peter Tosh, No Sympathy. Bob James, Westchester Lady. Dum Romao Escravos de Jo. Okay, that's extras. Now, you can hear the playlist of that in Spotify, obviously. You've just been looking at the screen, so obviously. There's a link in the description. The top 40 is also on Spotify. There's a link in the description. And the top 20 radio show is on Mixcloud. There's a link in the description. Follow me there on Mixcloud and Spotify. You get all my playlists, all my radio shows, and subscribe here. Hit like, share it with music lovers, and let me know in the comments what you loved about 1976 music-wise. Thank you so much for watching/listening. I'll see you soon for 1977. Bye!